Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Welcome to Woody's Waterfront Car Show, where we are broadcasting live this morning on our Saturday morning broadcast. This is the 5th annual Woody's Waterfront Car Show.
We need a
5
5th.
years. And you know, we were here at the first one.
Yep.
Do you remember that? I don't remember it at all.
We need a 5th.
Too many Bloody Marys to remember.
Not enough. That's what it is. Coming up, we talk with another participant in today's show, or not, because standing by is the famous Tim Spell, formerly of the Houston Chronicle for 38 years. He's here. We're going to talk about stuff. And you know about stuff. Yep. You smoked a lot of stuff back in the day.
Hey.
Konrad has This Week in Auto History, and we'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news this week. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Konrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Dziekin. We have with us today our chief engineer and bottle washer, not OB, but similar. It is David Ainslie. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I know it is. I know you're glad.
We're happy you're here
Tickled
because
to
we can
death.
blame you for stuff instead of Mars.
Well,
We're still blaming Mars.
oh yeah.
I'm still at the other end of the table.
I'm not gonna do that.
We
How many
always
times
blame Mars for everything.
How many times did he get shocked this morning?
Yeah, it's true. Over there on the
Because
pole.
he didn't learn from the first three. What if I touch these two wires?
Somebody about that too.
Yeah, you do that. We won't be invited back again, and we may never. Joining us today, formerly of the Houston Chronicle, retired auto writer, Mr. Tim Spell. And it's always good to see you, my friend.
It's great being here.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you the problem that I'm having. And that
I
is,
don't want to hear that.
Yeah, don't go there.
I have it too.
do you? Because we were going to talk about something, and I don't remember what the hell it was. What was it?
Yeah, Leigh Iacocca.
Lee Iacocca, that's
Yeah.
it. The Lee Iacocca story. So, Tim, you got to meet Lee Iacocca.
Yeah, they scheduled a meeting with him, and
Where did you meet him?
In Auburn Hills.
When he was working for Chrysler.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
in the Chrysler years, and so I went in there, and I was waiting for him, and then he came in, and his new wife was waiting outside the door, and so he just sat on the sofa there, and he closed his eyes and kind of like he went to sleep. He just leaned back and, just like he was resting and trying to, and then he opened his eyes and said, "Shoot." And then I started interviewing, but it was an interview that he totally took control of. I mean, I could not get a word in edgewise. He just flowed. And in a lot of ways it was good because this was the early 90s, and he started telling me, he said, "You're from Texas, huh?" He said, "We're coming out with this new truck, and we had built a concept. It's called the Little Red Truck." And he started describing the truck to me, and then going into detail. And he was talking about the production of the all-new, it was a 94 Ram. If you remember, that was the big year where Dodge, transformed, from a box to, with the high hood and the drop fenders and the Power Wagon look.
Yep.
And so he was telling me all about it. 2 years.
And I bet you the PR person was going, "Oh, dear God, no."
So after it was over with, I called Chrysler PR and said, "I'm going to do the story." And anyway, they thought about it. They came back and said, "Well, since you're from Texas, our big market, go ahead and do the first story." So I had the first story on the all-new.
And the Little Red Truck.
Oh, yeah, and the Ram. And I didn't have a picture of it, but I had a picture of the Little Red Truck. And
Wow.
So that was
How cool is that?
Yeah, that was very cool.
Do you have a plaque or you have something on the wall somewhere?
I've got the story.
You got the story, yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to what I was just thinking about Shelby when we were talking about Bob Bondurant and his liking of women. He said, I'm getting kind of old, but you know what? He said, I'm a lurker. He said, I lurk around.
Lurker.
Yeah. So I thought that was great. And he also told me the story about, I don't know if in the 60s he used to race in overalls. And I asked him how that got started going. And he said, one time I was at my farm and I was vaccinating chickens. And I was there and I had my overalls on, and they called me and they wanted me to be in this race. So I said I didn't have time to change, so I just showed up in my overalls. And he said people liked it, and so I just started doing that. After that, he said, I call that affectation.
Affectation.
He said, yeah. So, but he was always great and always generous with his time, and always fun to talk with.
Well, I have to tell you that my time, which is very limited, needless to say, with AJ Foy was a real eye-opener for me, because I had always heard rumors that he was such a jackass.
Yes,
and that he was hard to get along with, and nobody liked him, and he was really ugly to the press and all that stuff. And I thought, I don't have anything against him at all. I mean, yeah. I don't know any of that. You tell me that, but I don't know this man. And it was a deal for Mitsubishi forklifts, and he got a brand new forklift, and he would come to this thing that they had out there off the tollway, and they asked me to interview him on stage. I don't know, there were 1,000 or so people out there, and he was up there, and we talked for at least 30 minutes, and then afterwards had lunch, and he sat next to me, and I had lunch with AJ Foy.
Yeah. That's a wonderful story.
And what a nice guy, very forthcoming. I'd never picked up a word of hatred or indignation toward the media, me.
Yeah.
And, I listened to you on the radio. Really? Me? Yeah. And we had lunch, and it was like sitting with you at lunch. Well,
kind of,
yeah.
He's a little more famous than me.
Well, I know, but it was the next door neighbor kind of conversation, and I didn't talk about all the racing. I wanted to, but I thought, you know what? This guy gets those questions all the time. Hey, so how are things at the farm? Do you still have the barn out back where the race cars? Oh, yeah.
With the orange roof.
I'm out there every day. Really? He says, yeah, I got an office in there, but I hate the office. And he goes on all these details about his life. Nobody ever talks to him about that, and he was very forthcoming with me. It was a very pleasant thing. We shook hands, and I said, good luck, and it's been an honor and pleasure to meet you. He says, it was nice to meet you, too.
That's a wonderful story.
It is
and that's good to hear.
It is.
Yeah.
Because, here's a Houston, Texas guy.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
And so famous around the world. Name a car that he hasn't driven in a race. It's really amazing.
I think he's one of the few that has won the Daytona 500, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and the Indy 500.
And midget racers, too. And
at Playland Park.
But he'd jump in anything to race.
Yeah, he'd race anything. Well, that's a great story.
It is a great story. And I was... I had all these preconceived notions because I watched on TV the first race up at Texas Motor Speedway where he punched the other driver in the face and got in all sorts of trouble for that.
That was Harry Lyondike.
Is that who it was?
Yep.
And I'm thinking, God, what an ass. Not at all.
No.
Not at all. Very competitive.
Well, yeah.
I did the drag racing thing for a year. And it opened my mind and my eyes to all of the drag racers themselves. And I cannot tell you how these people think, because they think differently than you and I. They're competitive, they're a competitive nature, and they will not settle for anything less. And when they're at the racetrack, they are focused on one thing, and that's winning. And it's a different mindset than any of us have. I like being a winner, as all of us do.
Yeah, but they're spending millions of dollars.
This is over and above that. And they get paid for that mindset. And you have to respect that. It's a world that I was never familiar with until I went on the tour with these guys. And that's him. He is that kind. And those race car drivers that are serious, that are long-lasting, the Rusty Wallaces, the Dale Earnhardt, all of those kind of guys, They have the same kind of mindset, very competitive. And so when you see those two kind of guys out there fighting, you're going, I get it. I understand why.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. Anyway, it's great talking to you.
Yeah, it's great being here.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have more conversations in the future. And one of these days, if we can get you out of bed early enough, we'll have you come out to the Sugar Shack and you can have a conversation with us in the studio.
Yeah.
You do that? You might have to spend the night out there in some expensive motel.
Bring security.
Bring security. That's right. Exactly.
The key word.
Yeah. Tim Spell with the Houston Chronicle. It's great to have you here.
Great being here.
Love you, man. Thank you. I'm going to do something out of the ordinary now, and I'm going to do my car review.
Please
I know
do.
it's an oddball time to do
Ignore
it.
the rest of us, though.
Pardon me?
Ignore the rest of us and what we're doing. While
He
you're doing
does.
that.
Don't I normally do that?
Yes. It's all about Don.
No, it's not about me. But, and I feel something.
But it's time
when
for
I
your
got the
car review.
When I got the flow going, let's hang with it. Let's
Go with
just
the
do
flow.
it. Yeah. All right, time now for the car review of the week from me, 2023 Infiniti QX50. Available trim levels are the Pure, the Luxe, the Sport, the Sensory, and the Autograph. I had the Sport all-wheel drive. That's the middle of the trim level pack, okay? This is considered I consider it a small SUV, but it's really a midsize. Anyway, 5 passengers, 2 rows of seating, all new in 2019. Sharp-looking Infiniti grille with the high-mounted headlights. It's very up-to-date when it comes to the looks. Body sculpting includes hood humps. I know that sounds weird, but it's got a couple of signature things that go on the hood, and they come from the top and they come back to the middle of the hood. You haven't noticed them, but if you go online and you look at them, I call them hood humps. It's strictly a design feature. There's no function to them, maybe some aerodynamic, but it's an SUV, so how aerodynamic can you be? Body sculpting, like I said, the hood humps. Styling cue. What are you doing to my screen?
Wiping spots off of it.
Styling cue at the C or D pillar. I can't tell whether it's the C pillar or the D pillar. It's at the back, by the back end of the car. The styling cue is a little that comes down into the side.
Spell that.
Rear styling is like all the others in its class, which is kind of disappointing because the rest of it is very GQ when it comes to styling. What I liked about it, the body sculpting makes it a little different than other SUVs. What could use improvement? Make it a little bit more distinct.
Good looking truck.
It really is, and I just wish they'd pay attention to the back end of it. Interior highlights: quilted upholstery gives the interior the wow factor. Panoramic roof panel, brushed aluminum with leather accents give it a luxury feel. Well, it is luxury, but it's kind of like an entry-level luxury. Instrument cluster is good. Cargo trunk room acceptable with 2 rows. What I liked about it, the overall dash layout with the console-mounted shifter was nice. Second row split 60-40 is nice as well. However, let me just say this about the dashboard. It doesn't have a split screen. It has 2 screens. It's always got the navigation screen on up at the top of the middle of the dash. Below that is another screen that has HVAC, and it also has all of the radio controls, infotainment system. So that was kind of a little odd to me. And I would imagine that they'll probably do away with that and have one nice big screen in the middle of it, which it should have. But remember, this is, 4 years old now as far as designs are concerned? There's that. 2-liter turbocharged engine with 268 horsepower, which is a lot for a 4-cylinder, 280 pound-feet of torque, CVT transmission, and 1,000-pound tow rating on it. Gets 22 miles per gallon in the city, 28 on the highway for a combined of 25. I got 26.3.
That's pretty good.
Over 335.8 miles. Plenty of power. What could use improvement? There's a slow response on the accelerator pedal.
And I think some of that's probably due to not just the turbo, but also the CVT.
That, and the fact of the programming of as you marry the
combo.
engine,
The chip.
as you marry the engine with the transmission, there needs to be some compensation with that. It may not bother you, but I'm a car guy. Ride and handling, rides and handles like a luxury SUV. What could use improvement? Perhaps a track version. I don't know, just saying. A track version
You
of the
had
car.
the Sport though.
I had the middle. I know, but it's not a tracked car.
Or have different variables to.
Right.
Yeah.
Adjustability
Yeah,
to
exactly.
it.
Just a thought. Base trim price $50,500. Prices tested $52,815. Base model price, which was surprising to me, $40,300. Competitors include the Acura RDX that starts at $41,550. The Genesis G70 starts at $44,900. And the Mercedes-Benz GLC starts at $47,100. All of those are competitors to this particular vehicle. And that is my review of the 2023 Infiniti QX50.
Good looking truck when it was.
It
parked
really
in the
is.
driveway. Very good looking.
And if you're one of those people that say, okay, here's my budget, and I really want something in this price range, I would encourage you to at least try
Go
the
drive
Infiniti
one.
QX50.
And in those price points, there's vehicles out here at this show that are within that price point.
Yeah, exactly, at that price point in the show
Exactly.
and above.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I see the front end of what looks like a 70 Chevelle out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw them
There's,
detailing a Mustang. There's a
Got
couple
big,
of
huge
others.
Bells
cowl
out
hood
there.
on it.
See,
too.
if I
Big blocks.
I screwed up and waited too late for the '69 Camaro, which would be my dream car
There's
before
a
I
green one
died.
down there that you might
But
like.
never a green car. But I'll tell you what,
Never a green car.
never a green car. But I will tell you that silver Malibu, the SS,
Yeah.
with the cowl induction hood, ooh, baby, spot on.
There's a 72 down there that's got 454 under the hood, 450 horse.
You know,
And it's green.
But but those big blocks are so heavy in the front end,
They are.
and I would rather have a small
And they
block.
don't rev like a small block does.
That's correct. I'd rather have a small block, a hot rodded small block.
Yeah.
And I don't, from the purist standpoint, probably a 350 with fuel injection that looks like a carburetor. I don't want to do the direct
Sniper.
injection. And I want to have a automatic with something more than
Overdrive, 4 speeds
Yep.
at least, maybe 6.
4 or 6-speed automatic transmission.
Yeah.
There's a Thunderbird out there. I see the front end of.
Beautiful
and it-
car.
Yeah.
And
gorgeous.
that's
Like
the coupe that's got the tonneau cover
The-
over
the
the back
tonneau cover on the
seats
back, yeah.
And the headrest extensions.
Yep.
There's a
Good
really
stuff.
cool, and I see a real hot rod with wide whites on it.
Oh, yeah. I was
Yep.
looking at that earlier.
And we're going to talk to the lady that owns that yellow 53 Chevy.
Okay, well, I hope you've got all this lined
Oh,
up.
yeah,
Mars.
she's sitting right here. She's been waiting for
Well,
like
let's
2
well,
weeks.
you're just going to have to wait a little bit more.
She's in
damn
my
it.
camera
We got-
shot
we got
for 15
Woody right
minutes.
there.
All right, well, you're
Come
just going to
on.
have to look.
We got to
As
wait
soon as
on
Woody
Don.
gets through hugging on the ladies,
yeah,
we'll
well,
Let me tell you something. I've got a show to put
You know,
on.
you're on
all-
camera doing
I'm
that
trying to
already.
get in.
Don.
I'm trying to get in
we-
all
are
this
we-
stuff.
Are we
on
bothering
camera.
you?
Yes, you are. So stop.
Good.
So stop bothering me and let me get on with the get on.
Just
Well,
calm
I'm going to
down,
sit
will
down
ya?
here and I'm going to talk to Woody then. if
Can
you're
we
gonna
get
be that
another
way.
round over here?
Yeah, we need another round. Hey, Woody, bring us some more cocktails.
Hey, darling. Another round. Is that her name? Is Darling?
Darling.
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 No, that's my name. He ain't calling her darling.
All right. You've been out here too long. if
Here
you're
he is,
calling
ladies
him
and
darling.
gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, the man that puts on this fine extravaganza called Woody's Waterfront Car Show at the Top
Rod.
Water
Let's go-
Grill
whoop,
in
whoop,
San Leon,
Rod
Texas.
and custom car
Let's get
show.
that straight.
Yeah.
It's Woody's Rod and Custom Waterfront Cars.
Remember, it changed this
Changing
year
it
to
on
Rod
us. Gee.
Custom.
Did you change that this year?
I did, and I did it for the mere fact that, last
Jack
year.
you up.
Wanted to exclude
had-
the new cars.
Yeah, we had a brand new
Not
Tesla with
exclude.
a paper tag. We had a brand new Corvette with a paper tag. Both went
What the
trophy.
hell's wrong with that?
Well, you can't.
That's not what this show's about,
No,
is it?
it's not. That's
Those
why I
are guys
changed
that
it.
just got enough money to go buy a new car. I wanted to give the guys that spend effort and time and polish and work to get these cars looking like they look.
It's kind of like this car show.
Yeah, there
We're
you
looking
go.
for some polish and a lot of work that's gone into it, and we're not making a damn dime.
Right.
And Jackie's got somebody cleaning his car for him.
Jackie! Oh, look, and there's Biff.
Biff. Biff's here.
Biff's
Everything's
here.
going to be okay.
That's
Biff
right.
is here.
Yep.
Everybody
Bacon and
calm
eggs.
down.
Bacon and eggs next hour.
Calm the heck
Any-
down, everybody.
Anybody that's anybody
Biff's
is here,
here,
baby.
yeah.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
And I would suggest trying the salad at the Topwater Grill. They're awesome.
He's still waiting on his salad.
Did
from
you
last
hear
Still
that
year.
waiting on my
story?
salad from last year.
Yeah.
We were all sitting
You'll
around.
have
There was,
to
what,
fill me
8 or
in.
9 of us
What'd
at
you
the
say?
table.
Have to fill me in.
There's 8 or 9 of us at the table. Everybody orders. I ordered a salad. And everybody's food came, and they ate, and I'm still
And we
waiting on my
finished.
salad.
He
They
never
finished.
got his
To
salad.
this day, he's still waiting on his salad.
Only Jeff.
Tell
Only Jeff.
us about the show, Woody. What got your mindset to start something like this?
Well, there was a couple of years ago, I did numerous shows around Houston, and they all seemed to end up in a parking lot somewhere. It could be at a Rudy's or...
Well, this is a parking lot.
No, I mean like a concrete Rudy's parking lot.
Okay.
Shopping center
with
type thing.
nothing
Not
but
that there's anything wrong with that.
We're on a peninsula.
nothing but a view of the cars going by on the freeway or the other cars sitting next to you. Hotter than hell, just not comfortable. And with the temperatures we've had this year, that proved the fact even
this
more.
is beautiful. Yeah.
So I just said, there's got to be a better way. And I happened to be down in Galveston with my wife the first year, and we stopped.
Are you still married?
Is a first-year
Oh,
wife?
yeah.
As opposed to your girlfriend? or-
23 years.
There you go.
gosh, don't
diggity.
get the guy
To
in
my
trouble.
beautiful wife, Eve. Yes.
Is that her?
Nice
no,
save.
she's up there getting her drink now.
I see. Okay.
So be nice.
Married to
She'll
you, I
spit
get
it.
Mama,
Mama,
drink
there's a
myself.
tab.
Pay it, baby.
So, but anyhow, we pulled up here. I told her she wanted to go to Kima and eat, and I said, "Man, Kima, I got to pay for parking. It's so crowded." I said, "Let's just go to Topwater because I grew up in this town."
Well, you're a San Leon
Yes.
guy.
Yeah, I was born in Texas City, lived a little while
That
in Houston,
explains a
and
lot.
grew up here.
John and I were talking on the way in that, who actually lives here? You have to know the city. You have to know your surroundings. And the people that live here grew up here.
Yes. So I grew up here, and so we stopped here instead of going to Kima. And we're sitting there eating in a black 55 Chevy and a black 58 Corvette pulled up and parked right over here on this strip
jetty.
next to the water. And I looked over and I thought to myself, what a great place for
Yep.
a car show.
Yeah, and it is.
So I hooked up with Robert, the owner of the facility here, and we struck a deal, and we put the first show together, and it seemed to be pretty much a success. So now here we are on our 5th year, which I didn't. It's been a tough one, trying to get everything together and get the car, get the shirts and the trophies, and it's a lot of work.
And the heat.
Well, you're a one-man
Dealing with
band
the
on
heat
this.
leading
Well,
up to
the
this.
heat this year was
Yeah,
good. Last
it's
year,
like
the heat
air
was a little
conditioning
tough.
under here.
And then the
Oh,
year
man.
before, the year before that, it was the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's always something.
And this that we're under right now, this has been remodeled, redone, refurbished many
Yep.
times.
And the parking lot as well.
Yeah.
He redid the parking lot again.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hot damn.
Come enjoy the Bloody Marys at Topwater Grill.
But what spurred it on the most was there's another guy in Houston that puts on car shows every weekend. And I told him I was thinking about doing this. And he said, Woody, you have no idea what it's like to put on a show like this. You can't do it.
Hold my beer.
Throw down
Watch
the
this.
challenge.
Challenge
And,
me.
buddy, I am not a person you say you can't do it. Okay? So I think now I've proven him wrong. That's out the window.
Well, after 5 years, yeah.
And now we're just having a damn good time.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Gorgeous day. Beautiful
But you
day.
know what? I would like throw my 2 cents in. You zeroed in on something that not everybody has now, and all of these guys appreciate an opportunity to show their babies that they have worked and massaged all of the years, even if they just bought one recently. I guarantee you, they ain't keeping away from that car. It just gives them a new opportunity to do new and different things.
Yeah.
And I can see you've had a number of people return to the show.
Yes, quite a few.
year after year after year. So you've proven yourself worthy to the hot rod community that this is a show worth coming to.
So should I quit being an appraiser and be an event coordinator?
No.
No.
Hell no.
Yeah, keep your day job.
Well, the other thing that's cool about this is it's a great photographic opportunity for people to come to the show. Especially you come here early enough and you can get that sunrise over the top of your car.
Gosh,
it's
yeah.
gorgeous.
And then just
Many
any
shots.
pick during the day with the water behind your car. I mean, where else can you get that?
Yeah.
They-
No matter
they-
where your car's set, you got water behind
got
it.
water behind on both sides of the deal here. So it's
just
a great location. We've got bars opened up at both ends of the
We
peninsula
endured that
here.
106-degree temperature all summer long. We come out here, the sun's
gorgeous.
still shining. It's a
beautiful.
gorgeous day.
Perfect.
But we got a nice breeze off the bay.
Maybe a
It's
foot white
nice.
caps out here. There's shipping going on. There's cigarette boats. There's a lot of drug trade out there. This is really
Yeah, just a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We're,
Love that.
we're supposed to get a few Donzi boats show up over here a little
Oh,
later.
there you go.
We're looking forward to that.
So
That's in honor of Don.
That's right.
Donzi's, no. Yeah. But it'll give the car guys some boats to look at. And
Yeah.
boat guys can look at some cars. So.
Absolutely. Perfect. Well, thank you for inviting us out again. We
I
appreciate
love
it.
having
We
you.
always have a good time out here. And next time we're going to make sure that whatever electrical thing is going on up there, it's actually got Mars' name written on it so we can shock him even more.
Do they rag on you like this all the time?
All the time.
Endlessly.
We text them.
Well, one of the cool things about the show is you bring some pretty high-quality cars.
You do.
Jackie Hansen shows up, but I think he shows up for the free Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, but
Jackie
there's some of
Hansen.
them down
but
there.
he's got one of the most beautiful Novas.
He
in the
does,
city.
and I'm a Nova guy, and he doesn't know this yet, but I'm taking it.
And then there's Biff sitting next to him, and Biff has got some Maui Wowie that you wouldn't believe.
Biff is world renowned.
World renowned.
He's world
Yeah,
renowned.
as a matter of fact, I understand he's actually got a new color that he's working on getting his car painted called Acapulco Gold. All right, time now for a quick break. We'll be right back. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show on iHeartRadio.
The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Rogers Dab Chevrolet and GM Performance is proud to be a part of America's largest block party. It's the 27th annual Cruising the Coast, October 1st through the 8th. Great antique, classic, hot rod, and dragsters all along a 30-mile stretch of beach. Bay St. Louis, Biloxi, Gulfport, Ocean Springs, Pascagoula, and more. Rogers Dab Chevrolet and GM Performance will be on site October 5th through the 8th at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum, manning the Chevrolet trailer displays. Come see us for additional information at cruisingthecoast.com. biggest race in the country. Also, Rogers Dam Chevrolet GM Performance is proud to be a part of the 10th annual Lone Star 600 at Devil's Bowl Speedway in Mesquite. October 6 and 7, $25,000 to win. Any car can race and is locked into the race. 300 laps, both nights, 7 o'clock start times. Racers from all around the U.S. and beyond. Additional information at LoneStar600.com. Rogers Dam Chevrolet and GM Performance.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora,